Undoubtedly, the Bachelorette star, Jenn Tran and Jonathon Johnson, have something special, but is there still hope for a deeper relationship? Is there still chemistry between Jenn Tran and Jonathon Johnson that could bloom into more? Jenn Tran and Jonathon Johnson had a great start. Although Jenn Tran's season of The Bachelorette ended in tears, is there still hope for her to walk arm in arm with one of her suitors? Some people think that Jenn and Jonathon Johnson need to embrace the rumors circulating and make it official. During the show, it was obvious to Jonathon's family that they had something special. However, Jenn confided in his mother that Jonathon needed to open up more. Likewise, the season was full of beautiful, Hallmark-esque dates and moments where they laughed and had a great time. But is there truly chemistry between the duo? Without a doubt, the idea has swirled since Jonathon and Jenn started making TikToks together. During one of the TikToks, Jenn Tran playfully made a reenactment of sending Jonathon Johnson home. Jenn mouthed the words in the video, "Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win." Then, Jonathon plays along by stepping into the frame responding, "I guess we'll never know." Is there still chemistry between Jenn Tran and Jonathon? Sadly, Jonathon Johnson says he knew that Jenn Tran was sending him home. On the Bachelor Happy Hour, he admitted, "She's confessing her love for Marcus Schoberg, and Devin saying that he's in love with her, and I'm sitting there in this middle ground with her, where everything's great, it's fun, we have no issues with each other, no drama." In August, his stance was, "It's easy, but that next step isn't there." Seemingly, fans have adored their friendly, fun-feeling TikToks, which makes it effortless to cheer for Jonathon to nail the relationship down. Jenn Tran shares her thoughts. While Jenn Tran is getting closer to Jonathon Johnson, their relationship changed after the show. On her appearance on Bachelor Happy Hour, she says, "To come out of this with a really, really good friend like Jonathon is a win in my book." However, she is still shattered by her experience with Devin Strader and isn't there yet. She said, "Truthfully, I'm not in a place where I can even date anybody right now or entertain the idea of somebody." Further adding, "My heart is just not there yet." Also ahead of her News.Is journey, she echoed, "Feels really, really good to have a friend like Jonathon." Jonathon Johnson's thoughts. When Jonathon Johnson was asked on Vile Files podcast about exploring romance with Jenn Tran, he simply said, "The conversation has not been had, no. However, the door isn't closed for him." He admitted, "Open-minded is probably where I stand." Jenn and Jonathon. While Bachelor Nation is rooting for Jenn and Jonathon to happen, Jenn Tran spoke about it on the Off the Vine podcast as well. She says, "Everything worked out the way it needed to. I have so much love and gratitude for the guys on my season." She adds there were so many great guys. Also adding, she will probably be grabbing a beer with Jonathon, Jeremy Simon, or whoever. Continuing, "I want so badly to keep those friendships, but nothing more than that." However, on Jonathon's Instagram, Jenn keeps teasing there may be more. He posted, "Will you accept this rose?" Then Jenn commented, "Hey, you posted this on Instagram instead of just texting me." Furthermore, he is showing up for her with News.Is as well. Jonathon says, "People still want to see that happen and are very adamant about that coming to life." But he adds that they are just friends. What do you think? Could Jenn Tran and Jonathon Johnson find their way back to each other? Is there still chemistry to be explored? Do you think The Bachelorette made a mistake in letting Jonathon go? Drop your comments below. Jenn Tran's season of The Bachelorette was packed with emotional highs, shocking revelations, and more than a few heart-wrenching goodbyes. But one of the most talked about dynamics during the season was between Jenn and Jonathon Johnson, a charming, fun-loving suitor who captured the hearts of fans despite being sent home before the final rose ceremony. Now, months after the show's end, fans are still buzzing with one burning question. Is there still chemistry between Jenn and Jonathon? Could there be a future for them beyond friendship? From the moment Jonathon stepped out of the limo on night one, it was clear he and Jenn shared a special connection. His laid-back demeanor and quirky sense of humor seemed to resonate with Jenn, who had been navigating the ups and downs of being the leading lady of the Bachelorette. Their dates were easygoing and filled with laughter, free from the drama that plagued her other relationships on the show. Fans couldn't help but root for them. One of the standout moments in their journey was during a hometown date, where Jenn met Jonathon's family. His family immediately saw a spark between the two, but Jenn admitted in a conversation with Jonathon's mother that she wished he would open up more emotionally. While Jonathon seemed comfortable with the pace of their relationship, Jenn expressed some hesitation, wondering if they could take their connection to the next level. After The Bachelorette wrapped, rumors began swirling about whether Jenn and Jonathon might revisit their connection. The two kept in touch, sharing playful TikTok videos that had fans buzzing. In one memorable TikTok, Jenn reenacted sending Jonathon home, mouthing the words, "Everybody wants to know what I would do if I didn't win." Jonathon played along, stepping into the frame with the cheeky response, "I guess we'll never know." The lighthearted nature of these videos only fueled speculation that there might still be something between them. Fans flooded their social media accounts with comments, urging them to give their relationship another shot. The chemistry that seemed so natural on screen during The Bachelorette was still evident in these TikTok moments. Jonathon, however, has been candid about his feelings regarding his time with Jenn. On the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, Jonathon admitted that he knew Jenn was going to send him home. He explained, "She's confessing her love for Marcus Sjoberg and Devin Strader, and I'm sitting there in this middle ground with her, where everything's great, it's fun, we have no issues with each other, no drama." Despite the comfort and ease of their relationship, Jonathon acknowledged that something was missing. "It's easy, but that next step isn't there," he confessed, indicating that while they had a strong bond, the deeper emotional connection that Jenn was seeking simply hadn't developed. Jonathon's stance has been one of acceptance. He seems to have made peace with the fact that their relationship didn't evolve into something more serious. However, that doesn't mean the door is completely closed. "Open-minded is probably where I stand," Jonathon revealed on the Vile Files podcast when asked about the possibility of rekindling a romance with Jenn. For Jenn, the aftermath of The Bachelorette has been more complicated. On the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, she opened up about the emotional toll of her journey, particularly regarding her relationships with Marcus and Devin. "To come out of this with a really, really good friend like Jonathon is a win in my book," Jenn said, emphasizing that her connection with Jonathon is one she deeply values. But she also made it clear that she's not in a place to pursue a romantic relationship at the moment. "Truthfully, I'm not in a place where I can even date anybody right now or entertain the idea of somebody," she shared, adding that her heart still needed time to heal after the emotional roller coaster of the show. Jenn also expressed her gratitude for the friendships she's built with several of her former suitors, including Jonathon. "I want so badly to keep those friendships, but nothing more than that," she said on the Off the Vine podcast, explaining that while she cherishes the connections she made, she doesn't foresee any of them turning into romantic relationships anytime soon. Despite Jenn's insistence that she and Jonathon are just friends, fans can't help but hope for more. Jonathon's Instagram posts have only fueled the fire. In one post, Jonathon shared a picture with the caption, "Will you accept this rose?" To which Jenn cheekily responded, "Hey, posted this on Instagram instead of just texting me." The flirty banter didn't go unnoticed, with many fans taking to the comments section to speculate about the potential for a rekindled romance. Jonathon has also been a supportive friend throughout Jenn's current journey on Dancing with the Stars, attending her performances and cheering her on from the sidelines. People still want to see that happen and are very adamant about that coming to life. Jonathon said in reference to the fan support for a possible romance with Jenn. Yet he maintains that they are, for now, just friends. So is there still chemistry between Jenn Tran and Jonathon Johnson? The answer depends on how you define chemistry. There's no doubt that the two have a strong bond, rooted in genuine affection and mutual respect. They've navigated the ups and downs of reality TV together, and that experience has only strengthened their friendship. However, both Jenn and Jonathon seem content with where they are, at least for now. Jenn is focusing on healing her heart and pursuing new opportunities, like her stint on Dancing with the Stars, while Jonathon is open-minded but not pushing for anything beyond friendship. For fans, the door to a potential romance remains ajar.